Testing.
Testing?
Okay,
Testing?
I think it's
if I sit
good.
here?
Yeah.
Feel good?
Yeah. I
I'll
hope
move
it'll
move these freaking tomatoes.
Yeah, it looks like alright, it's recording. So we can just talk
Yay.
about whatever we want.
I love this.
Yeah.
This feels great. It's round 2 for
Round
you
2.
and me.
Yeah, if you guys haven't heard the episode with Connor, then it's too late.
It's gone forever.
You need to go home right now.
Yeah, no. Shut it off right now. No.
But yeah, we just we were hanging out and having great conversations like we always do, and we were like, we should be recording this shit because
That's good.
it's good.
Yeah, it's good to get our stuff out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell the listeners what you've been up to since the last time? So
Yeah.
last time we recorded,
We were working together.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, a long time ago. Probably over a year ago, right?
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yeah. It was over a year ago, and now, I got a new job, you got a new job, and then COVID hit.
And then COVID hit. Yes, our world is in a very different place.
And we became neighbors.
And we became neighbors, as funny as that is. Yeah.
Oh, I think we should talk about what just happened to us.
Yes. That was that brought me all the fear of COVID possible.
Yeah, so, we're neighbors now.
Yes.
And, I had Connor over for dinner, and we took our dinner up to the rooftop. And these guys were up there just hanging out, and one of them comes up to us and just invades our personal space.
Truly.
And
No
starts
mask.
showing us, naked pics on his Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah, no masks to be seen.
Well, even asked us before he approached.
He did ask us.
Well, he said, he was like, are you social distancing? Can I approach? And we said, no, we're nervous. But he came anyway.
Yeah.
It was pretty awkward.
It was awkward.
Yeah. He was sweet. Sweet man.
Yeah.
I think he was a little in need.
Yeah, I mean, aren't we all right now?
Truly.
I mean, that's one thing we could talk about is just the need for human connection.
Yeah.
I have been lucky to have you and then, a few other people in my life that I have been...
Yeah. Kind of really quarantined with. Your quarantine group has been pretty intimate. Same with me. Right.
But so now I find when I do meet new people, I talked about this in my intro to the last episode, when I do meet new people, I get overwhelmed.
Yeah. Where did I feel that the other day? I was walking down the street. I went to Trader Joe's. I went to a grocery store that's in Seattle. We can talk about location, right?
Oh yeah.
In Seattle, a Trader Joe's. It's a grocery store, and
What's Trader Joe's?
Trader Joe's. You never know. Some people don't know. And I'm buying my daily groceries, and I walk up to the checker, and he tries to strike up a conversation with me, and I was not prepared for it. And normally, that used to be something that just came innately, right? As
you're
pretty
great at that.
extroverted, and you too, right? You're very good at that. You've worked in retail. You understand how to have a conversation, at least on a minor level. It threw me off. And I think it's because we are missing that right now. And I think we're getting out of the swing of the human connection. And so for you just had an experience with some new people.
In my building.
Well, in your building. I'm talking more about the party that you went to.
Oh, yeah.
Which was positive.
Well, yeah, I talked about it on my last episode. I went to the party and I was very overwhelmed. And it ended up being positive, but we're out of practice. And I think it's interesting to see what people's reactions are to that. Because our reaction might be to shut down and be overwhelmed. But that got...
Dead.
So popular.
She's so popular. Really.
Oh my god, my mom just texted me, you and your cat are badass.
No way. Yeah. Well, you are. Did you send the picture that we just took?
No. Oh, I think she saw my story.
Oh, cute.
Anyway,
Fang,
but yeah, our reaction is to shut down, but other people, like that guy we just met, maybe his reaction is just to be overbearing and it's really interesting how the social landscape is gonna change. And, you have to add in the fact that we're in Seattle, which people are kind of cold here, would you say?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I mean,
would agree.
Even before COVID, if someone tried to have a conversation with me here, I would be delighted.
Confused. And if you'd have to try to have it with them, you would typically be greeted with a disconnect, right?
Yeah.
And it's tricky because I can forgive him for the way that he was on the roof, because I've had that moment where I just want to talk to someone. I need to talk to someone, or just share my accomplishments or successes or whatever, because no one else is listening right now.
Yeah.
That's great. But we were having a nice moment. We were having a dinner that she made for me. It was so lovely. Very healthy, which I love. Some zoodles.
Good. I miss cooking.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And we had a beautiful view. It was okay. I think it was okay. It's just scary. It's just a scary time for it.
And it's those nice little moments of normalcy that, I mean, we were just talking about how, like, you have to balance. I don't know. I feel like I can't talk. Even just talking about it, I feel like, oh, should I be talking about hanging out with people? Because that's irresponsible right now,
let's look at the situation for you. Yours is very quarantine. You have a quarantine circle, right?
Yeah.
You've got me. You've got your boyfriend, and I mean, that's kind of where it's at right now.
It.
You had
and
your
my coworkers.
sister a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Who was here, but at the same time, you're very limited with who you come into contact with, and it's been the same people that are also
right?
limited.
Would you say
Oh yeah, I think
too?
we've had a really good conversation about that in communication. It's all about that right now, and it's a respect for other people's space, which didn't happen to us a second ago on the roof. But I think it's okay to talk about. Well, actually, and this actually can bring us into the next topic, because I was having a conversation with my therapist about this. If you're gonna do it, you kind of got to own it. You got to forgive yourself for it and use it as an education for your next steps and how you interact with people in the future, right?
So how would you use that situation as
Well, the one on the roof, it's obvious that we were a little uncomfortable, so be aware of that. If I were to ever be that gentleman in the same situation, right? It's tricky because everyone's coming from a different perspective in a different place. We just need to be aware. And when you ask a question, listen to their response.
Yeah, it's so important to listen to people. And I think that's what I appreciate about you, is that you're so good at reading me. Like, I think it's really important right now to read people, even if they're not telling you they're uncomfortable. Like,
you can feel it in the body language. Feel it. And it's even in the things you say. Like, it's even in the nuances of your vocabulary, right? When you were, like, you're shorter. When you were like, stop it. It's just a part of the human condition. We just need to be more aware of people, and I think that's what we're struggling with right now as a country and as a culture and as a world.
So that could be our topic. Like, how do you connect with people right now?
Yeah, I mean, that's where we're going. Let's do it.
Like, connecting with people, like, what does that mean, and how has it changed in this new landscape?
What do you think? Would you want to start?
I mean, I was never super social before.
Yeah. I mean, I was. I'm very social.
Like, when you say connect to someone, how are you talking about? Like, physically, emotionally, like, all the things,
all the above, right? So, I mean, for me right now, this situation, COVID, has put a huge shift in the way I look at my people, the ones that are very close to me, right? My family, my friends. In the last podcast, I think I talked a lot about my family and what they've meant to me. And it's really... This situation makes me want to be closer to them. Oh my gosh, I've got the hiccups. Excuse me. This situation... Water? Oh, I think I'm okay. I think I'm going to push through it.
All right.
I want more of it. I want more intimacy and connection and depth with the people that have been in my life, and to those that have not been, the ones that make me unhappy and uncomfortable, I've taken a step back, right? I've really decided that our human connection is so few. It's so sporadic right now that I can't be wasting on the people that don't give me the goods, right? Don't give me the...
You need to be really picky about the people that you surround yourself with.
Yeah. Right.
What is it we always say? Aggressively curate your life.
Yes, that's what we say.
Yeah.
Ooh. And it's something to live by right now. And it's, I mean, as anyone can do this at any time in the world. To curate your life is so important.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
people don't realize they can do that. Well, it's like you were saying with the conversation you had with your therapist the other day about, like, your friends.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What I just said. We
tend to think of friendships as something that kind of happens to us that we don't have control over.
Yes.
But I think the older you get, the more you realize that you do have control over that, and it's, if you want to cut someone out, you have every right to.
You really can.
Yeah.
The situation that Christina's talking about is that you go by Christina on here, right?
Yeah.
You don't have. Okay, sorry. I was making sure that I couldn't remember if there was like an alter ego or something.
Jezebel.
Like. Anyway, you never know. Yeah. Or like Selena. I don't know. Anyway, I had a situation with my therapist where I was making a comment about a guy friend of mine who was kind of in and out of my life, and he was making me kind of a secondary character to his situation, right? And I had made a comment to her verbatim, if he wants to be my friend, he can be. And she said to me, Connor, why? Why does he get to choose if there's a friendship there? I was like, oh.
Yeah. It's so powerful. Once you realize that, you're like, oh, shit.
I actually can choose. I can say to someone, hey, if you want to be more invested, love it, but I don't need someone just fluttering in and out of my world. Yeah. For you just entered a very serious relationship. I mean, a commitment to someone.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it is putting a different perspective on relationship for you?
I don't know.
It's newer. Still.
Yeah. I mean, it's something I wasn't expecting, and so now that I have it, I'm like, wow, this is so nice.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was missing this. Yeah. And I mean, we've talked about the search for, someone who gets you.
Yeah.
And you're undergoing that search right now, and it's been made more complicated.
Yeah.
Like
world affairs.
Like, I don't know anyone else that has started a relationship during COVID.
Yeah.
Like,
I know a lot that are ending them.
Yeah. Really. It's weird. It's definitely weird, but I'm just really fortunate to have the people in my life that I have.
Yeah. I was going to say, for our relationship, it's really blossomed.
Oh, yeah.
COVID,
I'm so happy we're neighbors.
I love that we're neighbors.
Yeah. I don't know what I would do without our, weekly walks.
Truly.
Walk and talks.
Yeah. In our beautiful city, in a beautiful time of the year.
Yeah. It really, I mean, we talk a lot about how much we hate Seattle, but...
Yeah, there's a difficulty with Seattle. And there's it's a balance, right? There's beauty and there's shadow in any situation. Seattle, it's really hard right now. Things are very crazy on the streets, and we live in some of the epicenter of some of these really, these national news crises. Yeah, things that are catching the attention of everybody, and it's scary. But what's your perspective?
So how do you maintain that sense of, the desire to connect with people right now?
Oh, God,
that's what I struggle with.
Right.
I find myself pulling away, as much as I am connecting with you more, and I have this new relationship, I also find myself becoming more jaded and pulling away more from people. And with COVID, you don't want to be close to people right now.
Right.
So finding that balance is really hard, and knowing really when to loosen your standards for your mental health, and when I don't know.
It's hard, right? Like I was saying, you and I, we were saying that there's people that in our lives that are getting more connection, getting more. I'm doing the same thing, really pulling back from people. It's hard to want to invest in new people because a lot of people are showing their true colors right now.
Yeah.
And, I think social media is a huge factor in a lot of this. I took a step off of social media. I really decided Facebook, Instagram, not my platform anymore.
Yeah, you just disappeared.
Yeah, I did disappear. And
that
less
was because of the toxic people.
Because of toxic people, and then also I just need to focus professionally. I'm just trying to make my life a little more stable, and it's a distraction. But along with that, there's a negativity around it that is, of course, a factor in why I'm not on it right now. But that being said, we're jumping away from people.
Yeah.
We're trying to I'm pulling back too. It's hard to want to.
And you've been going through a lot of your own shit with your job situation. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to get into it totally on the podcast, but...
When things are uncertain in our jobs, it can be very stressful in life. Yeah. And with COVID, the market's not good. So there's almost this added fear and anxiety around it. And I just don't know where I'm going to be in a couple months, and that's making it really hard, right?
And no one does,
no
right?
one does.
We're not special, but but no one talks about it.
Yeah.
And I think you said earlier, it's easy to put on the appearance of being better than you are. Even your mom, I think you were using her as an example.
Yeah, I used her as an example, saying that, my mom struggles with a lot of stuff, and she made a comment. She's like, stability doesn't bring you the peace of mind. Right, financial security does not necessarily bring you the peace of mind. It's more money, more problems, right? That's what they say. But it's It's hard. It's a really difficult time. We are all going through it, regardless of our financial stability. Yeah. But it's finding those really good moments that we have.
I think it's really helped people realize what is important to them. Like, you have made a big deal out of joy, like focusing on the things that bring you joy, whether it's people,
our walks,
or
drawing, whatever, right? It's really focusing on those.
I think it's crucial to do that right now.
Crucial. Like, I think it's life-saving.
Yeah, it truly is life-saving. I don't know what I would do without my cats.
I was going to say, I mean, you just got the cutest kitten in the world.
Yeah, if you hear any background noise, it's because he's, like, playing with a windowsill behind us.
He's living.
And the other cat is not having it.
She is mad.
I should post the selfie we took.
Yes! Oh, it's so funny. You got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's finding our stuff, right? It's you investing in a new relationship. It's you investing in some friendships. It's seeing your sister and your family. Having a new kitten, that brings a lightness.
And it's interesting because when there's a third party to make you realize how much you do have to appreciate, like, it's so easy for me to tell myself that I don't have anything in my life. Like, but when you say it like that, it's like, oh, shit, I have a ton in my life.
Right.
I think it's important to have people who can remind you.
Yeah.
Like,
to give you hindsight.
I like our relationship because when one of us is down, the other one will like
really bring them
up. It's a good.
I have to apologize to you. I said that you weren't my hype man up on the roof. It's not true.
I'm mad about
You're
that.
my hype man. I'm so sorry.
I'm
Literally,
so
oh my god,
that.
the man that approached us was like really just owning this man that was up there with him. Like, he was just like really hyping up his friend, really giving him the goods. Yeah. And I turned to Christina and I said, "Why can't you be my hype man?" What a nightmare I am. It's not true. It's not true.
Well, not your hype man anymore.
No, stop. No, please, God. Please, we need this.
Kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll be your hype man forever.
I really appreciate that. Thank you. I don't deserve it, but I'll take it.
You do.
Oh, yeah, I do.
You do deserve it because you're amazing. You're amazing. Bring so much joy into lives of everyone you touch.
Oh my god, literally. Well, I would say vice versa, right?
I just did it.
Yeah,
I just hyped you
just
on the air.
Hyped the crap out of me. And I literally just like, what? I love it. You know, in our moments of solitude, when we're kind of alone, when we don't get those human connections.
That's another thing too, though. Like, you need to be alone too. Like, I think this has made a lot of people realize what they're like when they're alone, and a lot of us don't like it. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't necessarily like who I am when I'm by myself, but I've been trying to change that.
Yeah.
Excuse me, now I'm like having weird throat stuff.
Oh my god, I know. I was like gassing. What the heck is happening?
But yeah, I mean, we all have had a lot more time alone the last 6 months, and it's not going to end anytime soon. So I think it's good to have a strategy.
Yeah.
And to be able to recognize, okay, is this a good alone or a bad alone? You know, like, I can usually tell if I need to be with other people.
Yes.
But also, you can't always be with other people, nor should you right now. So what are some things that you found helpful when you're alone?
So I live by myself. I've lived by myself for about a year now. COVID's happened a majority of it. The things that have really brought me a lot of joy is, and this literally contradicts everything you just said. It is people. People for me is a huge one. So I play video games, and I'll play video games with my friends. Even if it's over chat, that's great. That one does a lot of joy for me. If it can't be that way, if I can't see someone, I draw. I love art, so I love painting and whatever. I sing. Because I love singing.
I didn't know that.
Which is like, I sing a lot. Yeah, I used to be a singer.
Oh my god, I have to tell you something.
Stop, what is it? Tell me. You're talking about it.
I was walking through Capitol Hill, and this truck drives by me with the windows down. Yeah. Someone is inside dancing and blasting music. Guess what song they were playing?
I'm going to talk to Ariana something.
Rain on Me.
Oh, I did!
I wanted to film it for you, but it ended as soon as it began.
It ended as soon as it came. It left.
It was such a beautiful moment. It was like you could hear it from blocks away. It was so nice, and it just made me think, like, there's still some, like, just unadulterated joy in the world. And
then you can have by yourself, because he was just doing it for him.
Yeah, he was just doing it for him. Yeah. But I've started noticing those kind of things more about other people. Like,
can I ask you? This kind of branches off of that subject. Music for you. How does that help you during these alone times?
Tremendously.
Yeah, same.
I mean, music can bring me down, sure.
Right.
I have playlists that I play to make myself sad.
To lay on the ground and sob,
which
too.
is healing in and of itself, I would argue. Sometimes you just gotta feel sad and then move on. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
But also...
but there's a lightness to it.
Yeah, like, music has tremendous power. Like, before you came, I was listening to some sad shit. Oh, the kitten just jumped in my lap. He wants to be on the podcast.
He wants to play a song.
I don't know if he's ready.
He's so cute.
I wish that podcast had video because...
they could see this. Oh, he's getting a little wiggly.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was listening to sad music before you came, and I was like, I need to be in a better mood. Yeah. I want Connor. You know, you just heard some bad news.
I had bad news around my job, so I was sad.
You just had some bad news. I wanted to cheer you up, and so I put on my happy playlist, and I think it did work.
Oh, it did. I'm having the most lovely time with you.
Yeah, and so music is definitely something. I don't know.
It is.
It's
I
powerful.
agree. You know what? An album just came out. Taylor Swift came out with an album.
Oh my god, I haven't heard it yet.
Oh.
I don't like Taylor Swift.
So I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan. Never really have been. I'm actually I'm a country boy. Oh, I hate saying it. I know.
Get out of my house right
Stop
now.
No. We have to be accepting.
Get out of my basement.
Accept me for what I am. No. I was listening to it. It's very folky. It's actually got this really Fleetwood Mac-y feel. So there's a joy to it, but it's really sad. There's a lot of sadness in it. So that's hard to listen to. But it feels like a lot of content coming out right now is that way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think for anyone who creates content, this can be a good time.
To get the sad stuff out.
Yeah. Yeah. Like all the anger and sadness you might feel right now. Yeah. You can direct it towards...
a hard time.
Well, I was going to say creating stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess you're right. You're right.
No,
with a hard time.
I know what you meant. During the hard times, it's really important to focus on that. I wonder what people who aren't creative do.
I don't know. You know, my
that
cousin.
sounded like a humble brag.
Well,
you know what I mean.
You know, I don't know if it did. I think you're being inquisitive. I think you're trying to think about it.
I would also argue that everyone is a creator in some way. They just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah. Or it's creation in a way we just don't fathom. Yeah. Right? You know,
that guy on the roof was
that guy on the roof.
Yes,
he was a baker.
That's art.
Oh, he was so sweet. He offered us cake, and I was like, "I'm so sorry."
I don't want your COVID cake.
We
but
really
thank you.
You're so kind, but I just really don't.
Yeah, it was like a red velvet cake. Baked from scratch in a cardboard box.
He's so sweet. Oh, he was really nice.
We should invite him on the podcast.
We should, and he'd go a mile a minute. We love it.
Oh my god. Anyway, we digress. What were you talking about?
I was gonna say. You know, my cousin, I love her. I love her to death. And her husband, who is also my family, I love him. Great man. He's also that creative. He's a gamer. He works in finance. He's very analytical, and he's very it's a left brain, right? If you're not on the creative side, if that makes sense. Yeah. Not to limit him, but to say that that's just not his thing. He doesn't draw, he doesn't paint, he doesn't sing.
He's not a traditional left brainer, quote unquote.
Yeah. So he's doing his thing, and he sounds like he's doing very well through COVID. I'd be fascinated to know the underlying stuff, but perhaps some people it's just not a big deal. Perhaps they just
gaming is his way of creating,
expressing. It's a social.
At that point,
interaction.
We're moving beyond creation and just expressing yourself.
Yeah,
That's
or just
so
doing something, right?
If you don't have a way to express yourself right now, then you need to find one.
You know what? I'm crazy. He does sports. Sports is a huge one for him.
Yeah.
Physical activity. And that's another thing that we can do for ourselves, I think, right now. And with people.
Yeah.
Which is great.
We were just saying, we live in such a gorgeous state. I've only been hiking once since I moved here a year and a half ago. I'm going hiking this week with a friend. I'm really excited.
It's very exciting. Do you know where you're going?
No.
Okay.
I'll let you know when I do. But...
Let me know, because it sounds fun. I hope you have a good time.
Yeah, you can come.
I would love... You said Sunday? I'm working on Sunday now. Anyway, no one needs to know. But that being said, I will be working till mid-afternoon, so I don't know if I'll be able to join. But I hope it's great for you. And emotional. I hope it's emotional.
Yeah, it'll be good.
You know what's making me cry lately? Glee. What? Glee is making me cry. I know. I'm watching Glee.
Isn't that 1,000,000 years old?
Yes. It's bringing back all the feels.
It's interesting to see what people are watching right now.
What are you watching?
I'm watching right now this show called Flesh and Bone. It's a ballet show. I don't like ballet. It's just My friend turned me on to it. It's just a show about these ballerinas, and there's a bunch of cattiness and drama, and it's just mindless. Like,
who's in it?
I don't even know. No
one. No one.
No one. But the point is, like, I'm watching things I never would have watched before.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of documentaries.
Okay,
and
great.
I mean, we were talking about this on the roof, the need to educate ourselves. Like, you were recommending a great podcast.
Yeah, around
cancel culture.
Cancel culture.
Yeah, I think right now that's one thing we can be doing is educating ourselves.
Yes.
I listen to the news for 15 minutes every morning. Like, that's all I can take. But
I try to take referrals if someone sends me something they think is really insightful. Yeah.
Do you have any recommendations?
I did really like that CNN. I think it was CNN. Give me just a second. I do want to. I think I will recommend it here because it was fascinating on the history around cancel culture. It says, well, it's from the Daily. So the Daily Cancel Culture Part 1 was released August 10th, 2020. And I think they're going to do it in a series. But it talked a lot about where cancel culture has come from, and it was fascinating. It is neither sided. It just is informative. So you can listen to it with whatever lens you want.
This is a great opportunity to recommend things.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what's another one that I've been listening to? I think I told you about this one too. Something Went Wrong. Do you know what podcast?
I love that one. I started listening to
I think you started listening to it.
It's a podcast called Something Went Wrong, and it's just about people who
are in toxic relationships that are manipulative, and how they probably could have dissected them a little bit better to understand. It's fascinating. It's a real good one.
Yeah, there's just we live in an age with so much fucking content everywhere. Yeah. It's overwhelming. Yeah. I think I found a good balance between educational and what's the word?
Informative. You mean the fun. So educational and fluff.
Yeah.
Like something like that.
Oh my god, I'm trying to think of the word.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, can you pause for a second?
Yeah. Give you the what?
Give me the juice.
Give you the juice. So I realized something while you were shitting.
Whoa.
I never when I eat, I don't let myself sit with it. I just feel like eating, it's so hard for me to feel full. I just keep eating and eating.
Oh yeah, you keep going.
But when I actually eat something and sit with it, I feel so good right now.
I'm really happy for you.
That was fucking good.
I also feel very good. Yeah. That's a very common thing though. You know, my stepmom and my stepdad actually, when he was closer. In the picture.
Get a little up close and personal.
When my so that's the thing. I mean, the thing that's a lot of thing for a lot of people. When my stepdad was in the picture and my stepmother, she's still in the picture. A lot of complicated stuff around food with them. But one of the things they encouraged was wait about 30 minutes after you eat for seconds or another snack, because it does take a little bit for your body to register you're full. And that's the thing
with big families is you have to eat fast,
or be eaten,
or you're not going to get seconds.
Truly. Yeah. And you and I both understand what it means to fight for it.
In case you guys don't remember, Connor also comes from a family with 6 siblings.
Yeah,
right? You're the oldest of 7 as well.
Yeah, a lot.
Which is still crazy to me. Every time we talk about it, I'm like, wait, really?
We have quite a bit in common, you and I.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yes.
It's no wonder we get along so well.
Truly. Yeah.
But we were talking about ways to fill our COVID experience with joy.
Yes.
And we were recommending things to people. TV shows. We were talking about TV shows, music,
games, pastimes.
Yeah,
acceptable social.
There's so much to do. I feel like you could either take this experience of isolation and just spiral with it, or you could. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm friends with a few people who are like, I've been productive every day of COVID. I've been I've been filling my days with good stuff, and I don't like that either. That's like rubbing it in your face.
Because it doesn't feel honest.
It doesn't feel honest. Yeah. You're telling me you've never had a bad day where you just let yourself do nothing? Those days are equally important, I would argue. Yeah. To just, sometimes it's okay to just sit on your couch all day and not do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. My therapist was talking about this in my last session. Balance is huge. She's like, I'll let myself do something because my body tells me it needs it. And once it says no, then she switches it up. So she says, I watch a TV show, and when I feel like it's not good for me to be watching this show any longer, I get up and go do something else.
Oh, yeah.
And that's okay.
And how do you even pay attention to what your body needs, though? How do you know? That's what I'm struggling with.
It's an education.
Yeah. Just knowing yourself is a lifetime process.
Yeah.
No, I totally have moments like that where I'm watching a show and I'm like, I need to stop or this is gonna go badly for me.
Yeah.
But...
Or you're eating something that you feel like, oh, that's not too much candy. I'm a candy guy, right?
Yeah.
So like too much candy.
Oh, yeah. Like listening to your body is really hard. Yeah. What are some ways you've been listening to your body lately? Like,
what's a good one? When I need to get outside. When I need to be out in the world as opposed to sitting in my home, that one's huge for me. Getting out in nature, getting some fresh air, knowing when my body actually physically reacts. I get nauseous, I get dizzy, I feel like light. It's like everything's really bright, which is weird. That's a weird
Like
one.
when you go outside,
when I sit inside too long.
Yeah,
and then I'll go outside and I feel better, right? Get some fresh air and I feel better. That's a good one. This may dive a little bit from the subject, but I want to ask you, and this is not to be negative, but I want to ask it anyway.
All right.
What have you missed the most? What have you missed the most
I miss
in
live
the
music.
normal? Yeah.
I was just starting to get comfortable going places by myself.
Yeah.
Like going to shows by myself. One of the last weeks before quarantine, I went to a club by myself. It was like 2000s indie dance night at this place by where we live, and I went by myself and I had a great time, and I wanted to do it again, and now I can't, and I'm really salty about it.
I'm sorry. But it sucks, yo.
I miss that so much.
I've never been one to do a lot of like live music, but I love a good club. I love a good dance moment. I love a good bar, right? Like I can get into that
bars.
drama.
Even now that I don't drink, I still miss bars so much.
Right. Hey, congratulations on your sobriety. I've said it to you already, but I think it is so impressive that you have gone so long with it. I'm just such a fan.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking the other day, I would probably be dead right now if I were still drinking. Like during COVID, during all this unrest that's happening right now, it's so heavy.
A lot of people are drinking more.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So to those with a problem around it.
And I mean, I've replaced it with other stuff. I'm not perfect, but
Well,
it could be worse. It could be
a lot worse. Yes. Yeah. So very impressed. Very proud of you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it'll last.
Oh, okay. Love that.
No.
I think I understand. Yeah, you're trying to get a healthier relationship around it anyway, so it may not be a forever thing.
And that's so important also to acknowledge when you're doing well at something. Yeah. I don't think we give ourselves enough credit for that. Like, you're doing amazing right now. Like, when you came over, I was kind of worried about you because you did just suffer the disappointing news.
Yeah,
but
of a job, frustration.
I mean, even just knowing you at the beginning of quarantine, like 6 months ago, and knowing you now, I think you could become better at processing things.
Yeah, got some people out of my life that were making it hard. Got some good people in my life that are making it better. Yeah. And fighting for things that I want, which is just making me happier. So I feel good.
So what do you want? Like, what have you realized is important? I mean,
creative is huge.
Yeah, being creative.
Huge for me.
Because you've been able to develop more time to your art. Yeah. And
I feel like it's being fruitful. I'm getting better reception.
Oh my God, the kitten is climbing up the couch.
You are a nightmare. Look at you. You are just, you are drama.
We're recording in here.
We're trying to record you, little thing.
Makes so much noise.
Oh, he's so sweet though. So he can have his way.
When we look, it's like we'll look at him and he'll stop and like lick himself, acting all innocent, and then when we look away, he'll start climbing up towards us again. He wants the microphone. That's what he wants.
No.
He wants to chew the wire in half.
He needs to stop that. God,
I love kittens,
crazy.
Though.
I know, he's truly just, and he's an angel. He's an angel. He's so sweet. What? Oh! He just came for me.
He just lunged at your face.
He's trying to get me.
Oh my God.
No, you know what? Stability. Good people.
What's that?
What's right.
Stability?
I want that. That was what I will strive for. Love. Oh,
Do you think it's possible to have stability right now?
If you're lucky.
What does that mean to you? Because I think your definition changes.
It does change. For now, it's financial.
Yeah.
A job that I have, right?
Yeah, like a stable job.
Having a stable job that can help me live, even if it's minimal. Making sure I have a paycheck coming. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, little nightmare. Just grab my freaking toe.
And, I mean, a lot of people in the upcoming months are going to be in a really hard financial place.
Yeah.
And a lot of people's mental health are going to suffer.
Because of that.
And I'm worried about people.
Yeah, I'm worried about us.
I'm worried about us, yeah. But, like, I know I won't go homeless. Like, I have people who care about me, and worst case scenario, you know, I could always go back to be with my parents. Like, I know not everyone has that option.
Yeah, not everyone does.
So, I don't know.
It's a tricky time. That being said, we also, like, it could go the exact opposite way, right? Where an opportunity comes down the line, that things start clearing up. You know, people start getting their stuff together.
No one knows what the future holds.
We don't. And like, just like COVID came out of nowhere.
And it's pointless to worry about things that haven't happened yet.
Yeah, but we will. But yeah.
We do.
And we do, but yeah, you're right. I mean, I can be peace in that.
I don't know.
What about you? What are you trying to do?
Just continue to be mindful of everything that's happening in the world and everything that's happening in my world.
I'm just gonna hang out for a minute. Sir.
Yeah, please do.
Here, come here.
Yeah, just, I mean, I feel like mindfulness is such a buzzword. It can mean a lot of different things, but for me, it just means to let things happen and be cool with it. And I'm big about control, and if I can't control things, I kind of freak out. And I've had less control the last 6 months than I have my whole life, you could say.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know either.
No one's
right?
in control right now, but there's
answer.
a beauty in that, too. Like, realizing you don't have control is such an empowering thing.
Yeah.
Like, accepting, I will say. Like, finding acceptance in the fact that none of us have control can really free you.
Yes. You are so right. You are 100% correct. The balance is everything of all of that. I'm leaning much heavier on the I need control part. I really, really, really want to do the work, get what I want, and be fine because I control my destiny. And it is really hard for me to shift to the mentality that is live in La Vida Loca. Is that what that phrase means?
I don't think so.
Well, it's a song and it makes me feel what I feel like I should be feeling. Say la vie. Say la vie. Is that what it is? It's like live life. I don't know. Anyway, whatever it is, let it go.
That's seize the day.
Seize the day.
I don't know.
I'm going to say let it go and be okay with the universe having a plan. I can't do that as much right now. That's okay. I'm going to work on that. But you're correct.
And knowing what you need to work on.
Yeah.
You know, if there's ever a time to work on yourself, it's right now.
It's right now. Yeah. I need to get ripped.
Yeah.
Can I
we should just stop and like go on a run or something.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. No, it's at what? God. Like it's turning almost 9.
I almost had a heart attack like trying to catch the bus today. There's always stuff to work on.
There's always stuff to work on. And it's what it is. That being said, hey, it was lovely chatting with you about all of this. I need to figure out a podcast where I can talk about subject matter that is impactful. I think your podcast is great for that. And I love being on it. So thanks.
Oh, yeah, you can be on it whenever. Seriously. Everyone loves hearing from you, obviously.
Stop.
Yeah, my mom listens to your episode, and now, like, she asks about you.
Well, I hope she listens to this one and asks even more.
Yeah.
I saw her on
She also thinks we're dating sometimes.
I
think
get
she
that.
Can tell sometimes.
Well, I am so gay. Like, so it was funny. We were sitting on the roof, and they said, "Are you dating?" And I'm like, "Ah, I'm a homosexual."
Like, oh,
you're like, oh. I mean. You could do worse, but I'm like so gay.
We're getting married.
You know what? We can get married. If I were straight, we'd be into it. Like although to be honest, I'm not going to say it because I was about to say something very personal.
Maybe after we stop
we'll say when it stops recording, I will say something I should not say, but I'm going to do it anyway. But hey, thanks.
Final takeaways for this minisode?
Hey, good luck with COVID.
You too.
Jesus, this is rough.
May the best man win.
May the best man win.
Go.
I love it.
The kitten just starts flying.
Kitten just flies across the room. Oh, Katie.
All right, guys, keep it real.
Bye.
Bye.